Boris Johnson and US President Joe Biden are all set for their first one-on-one meeting in Cornwall this evening. The meeting comes just ahead of the G7 summit, which begins tomorrow. The highlight of the meeting is intended to be a new pact. The pact is a modern version of the 1941 Atlantic Charter signed by Winston Churchill and Franklin D. Roosevelt. Under the new pact, the two nations are expected to commit to resume UK to US travel, boost trade and tech ties, and even plan a recovery from the pandemic. Other challenges, such as the threat posed by cyber attacks, action on climate change, will also be a part of the wide-ranging pact.
I'm going to be clear that the transatlantic alliance will remain vital, a vital source of strength for the UK, Europe, and the United States. I'm going to make sure there's no doubt as whether the United States will rise in defense of our most deeply held values and our fundamental interests.
However, discussions around current travel ties between the two nations are likely to feature prominently during these talks. The UK still does not feature on the US's list of recommended nations given the spread of the highly infectious Delta variant in the country. The two leaders will seek to ease COVID-19 travel restrictions as part of a wide-ranging Atlantic Charter. The contentious issue of Northern Ireland is also expected to feature when the two leaders talk. Biden has reportedly taken an exception to Johnson's handling of Brexit and its effects on the Northern Ireland peace process. According to British media reports, the Biden administration has accused the UK government of inflaming tensions in Ireland and Europe with its opposition to checks at ports in the province. In a statement, the State Department has now vowed to encourage both sides to prioritise economic and political stability in Northern Ireland. For more on this story, our correspondent Laura Makin-Isherwood joins us live from London. Laura, welcome to WION World as One. Give us a breakdown of the agenda as well as some of the crucial topics that will be discussed as the two leaders meet ahead of the G7 summit.
Well, there's a lot for these two men to discuss. Obviously, it's the first time that the US President Joe Biden has travelled outside of America since he was elected president. So the first face-to-face meeting between himself and the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Of course, this morning they're going to be discussing the new Atlantic Charter, as it's being called, a sort of refresh of the agreement that was put in place in 1941 between Winston Churchill and Franklin D. Roosevelt after the Second World War. Instead of dealing with post-war situations at the moment, though, it's the coronavirus pandemic and recovering from that economically around the world and dealing with the repercussions of that, ensuring that all of the world can be vaccinated against this virus will be high on their agenda. Of course, there's a lot more to discuss, though, later on this week as the lead.
Right, there seems to be some technical issue with Laura's audio. We'll try and get her back as soon as we can. For now, let's move on and get you the details of our next story.